Hey friends, it is ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, Wednesday, October 24th. Bad news is you're not in class. Good news is you know where to go for help. What are we doing today? We're doing chapter 2, how big is part of a part? We're on 2.2.5 in your ebook. And our learning target for today is we will review multiplication of positive rational numbers. We will represent fractional parts with diagrams, multiply positive fractions, decimals, and percents. Success criteria. Can you recreate Cecil's dance? I'm going to show you that on the video. And then, can you use an area tool to multiply proportions? That's fun. Like this will be a good day. So the very first thing we did, we reminded our kids that we're going to have treat day on Friday. Remember, if you finish at 15 for the week, you're at a higher tier for treats. And if you finish at a 12, 13, or 14, you're at the next tier for treats. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the Model It review. So that was Cecil's dance, if you remember Cecil's dance. So if you look at the video that I attached in 2.2.5, we're talking about this dance. Remember the part 1 and the part 2? You made posters on this. Okay, so we're going to review that. That's attached on the stream. After that, we're going to look at 286 through 289, and we're looking at area models. Okay, so we want to look at this. Garden Road Middle School is planning a field trip for students to attend a conference about careers in mathematics. Half of the students signed up to go on the field trip, and only 3/4 of those students brought back permission slips to attend the field trip. Explore what fraction of the students will be able to go on the field trip. So we have to figure out what is 3/4 of 1/2. So the first thing we did is we made that rectangle into 1/2, two pieces, right? 1 out of 2. And we're going to shade in 1 out of 2. And then to figure out 3/4 of that, we're going to break that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3. So we have part 1, 2, 3, 4. And of those, we're going to color in 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So we colored in half, and then we made that into fourths, and we colored in 3 of those. Fourth. And then, there's our total fraction. Our new fraction is 3 out of 8. Sound good? All right, so we're going to do the same thing with 291. We want to figure out a half of a fourth and a fourth of a half. Are they the same? What do you think? Draw a model and figure it out. If you need help, go to your homework help. And then we want to figure out 2/3 times 2/5. Times means of, and of means times, right? So to figure out 2/3 of 2/5, we can just draw 5 pieces, right? We can shade in 2 of those, and then we can break them the other way into thirds, and then shade in 2 of those. So that should help us, homework help. This gets back to absolute values and adding integers. And then from there, we're looking at this homework problem. Do you think it matters what order you follow when performing math operations? Okay. If you get 9 plus 2 times 3, do you get this final answer if you add first than if you multiply first? And for this one, 2 times 4 times 7, do you get the final answer if you start with the first 2 numbers, 2 times 4, or if you start with the last 2 numbers, 4 times 7? And then we want to figure out which one of these numbers could not represent the probability. -1/10, 1, 1%, 1/10. Homework help. Sound good? If we get that done, then what we're going to do is go to a 2.2.6 introduction. And this one is about, is there an easier way? It says, while working in class, Stephanie had to do the problem 3/5 times 6/7. Now we could draw an area map. She started to draw rectangles to solve the problem. Stephanie looked over at Audrey's work and saw that Audrey was way ahead of her. How did you get so far ahead of me? And why aren't you drawing rectangles for these problems? Stephanie asked. I remembered a shortcut, Audrey said. Didn't you notice that when we drew the rectangles, we got the same thing as if we had multiplied the numerators and then multiplied the denominators? So I went 3 times 6 is 18, and then I went 5 times 7 is 35, and I got 18/35. It's a lot faster. So when I saw these problems, I decided I wasn't going to draw the rectangles with all the pieces. Check Audrey's methods using a rectangle tool. What information does multiplying 5/7 tell you about the model? What information does multiplying 3 times 6 tell you about the model? And then try multiplying these. 7/8 times 5/6, 2/13 times 4/5, 6/7 times 6/7, 4/7 times 3/8, 6/11 times 1/12, and 8/3 times 9/14. I think that's probably as far as we're going to get. If we do go farther, we're going to move down into 297, 298, and then 299. Okay? So that's what we're doing on Wednesday, October. Wait a minute. This should be Wednesday, October 25th. Mr. Johnson, what's going on here? All right. So that's what we're doing. I hope you are well. I hope you are enjoying your Wednesday. And we hope that we see you tomorrow because we always miss you when we don't get to see you. All right. Any questions, you can email me at johnsonth@mps.school. And we will smell you later.